What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I plan to do an oil change in my 2020 ZX6R. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. Alright guys, so I have everything set up right now. The bike is on the rear stand. This makes it easier to get down in there. You can throw on the front one if you want to. I don't think that's very necessary. Moving on, you're going to need your oil. For this bike, you need 10W40. You can get the regular conventional or like a semi-synthetic blend. We can get full synthetic, just like what I have. As you can tell, there's a Shell and a Valvoline over there. I've always ran the Valvoline, and today I picked up the Shell because I want to see what the difference is going to be. That's why I'm doing this oil change earlier than I would normally do it. So I'm going to throw in the Shell, see if it runs differently. They're both 10W40, they're both full synthetic, so it's hard to tell. I'm going to throw it in there and see what happens. And then you're going to need your oil filter. I run wicks and everything in my cars, in my bikes. I've had no problem with it, so I stick to it. So I'm running wicks for this particular oil change. And you're going to need an oil filter wrench. So I have two different types. One of them should work. They're both universal, so this will work for a whole bunch of different oil filters, and that's good. You're going to need a 17mm bolt or socket to remove the drain plug, and that's what I have. And sometimes it drops into the drain pan, so you're going to need a magnet. You don't usually need it. You can dip your hand in there if you want, but I have it, so I might as well use it. Okay, so when you're doing any oil change, you always want to start by removing the oil filter. You don't want to drain the oil and not be able to remove the oil filter, and then you're going to be stuck. So always start by removing the oil filter, which is what I'm going to do right now. When that comes out, I'm going to move on to removing the drain plug, and then draining all the oil, and then putting it all back together. So it's going to be nice, quick and easy. So let's get to it. Obviously, if you want to do this oil change, you want to make sure that the vehicle or the motorcycle, whatever you're working on, has ran up to operating temp, so that oil comes out smoother, and then it just makes the whole process much quicker. So just run that vehicle, motorcycle to operating temp, shut it down, and then just get going. For this particular motorcycle, the 2020 ZX6R, from 13 to 2022, the oil filter is located right over here. It is kind of a pain to get it out, but it's not completely terrible. So right now, we're gonna fit something in here so the oil doesn't get everywhere in there, and then we're gonna remove the oil filter. Okay, so I'm gonna fit this in there when I have this oil filter ready to come out. As always guys, everything I use is going to be in the link in the description. Every single thing I use. So now that I have this loosely removed, I'm going to fit this in here so I can collect as much oil as possible. I'm going to bring the drain pans closer and then start removing this. Not bad. I did not show this before, but it's always good to have some brake clean, so you can just clean up that leftover oil over there before you put on the new oil filter. So just splash it all up in there. Brake clean evaporates quite quickly. Get in there with a rag, get it nice and clean. And then just in the part that the leftover oil is, you just clean it up. So at this point, I can throw on the new oil filter. That is it right there. You always want to lube the gaskets with the new oil. And when you put on the new oil filter in, don't go too crazy, just hand tighten it, and that is good enough. Hand tightening is more than perfect. You don't want to go too crazy with that. Alright, so in order to drain the oil from this motorcycle, you need to find the oil drain plug. And if you go to the bottom, on the left side, on the right side, you're gonna find it right in here. That is it right there. So you just need to loosen that bolt. It's the 17mm like I said before, and then fit in your drain pan and everything is gonna come right out. Alright, so I've set up the camera the best way I possibly can. I'm gonna put my sockets onto that drain plug and get it loose. Okay, and just like that, it's ready to come out. Set your drain pan and let it rip. Alright, so at this point, you want to grab your drain plug, clean it up nice, and then insert it back in. And when it's just little drips like that, then you can put the drain plug in. And then you torque it down to the manufacturer's specification. And then we hit it with some brake clean, just to keep it clean. And now comes the fun part. So you locate your fuel ports on wherever it is in your motorcycle. On the ZX6R, it's over on the right side. Remove that. You throw your funnel in, and you start filling in with some good brand new oil. So we got one, and the second one, and the third one. When you're done filling it up, you just close it. And then you want to go down to the glass over here to see your fuel range. You don't want to go too much and you don't want to put too little in. I figured out for the ZX6R 3 liters is perfect, and that's good enough. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about down here. So over in the ZX6R, right where the fuel plug is, down below, you see the glass. And in the glass, there are two lines on the left. That shows you exactly where you want your oil to be. And that is perfect right there. So that's what you should aim for. So after filling it up, you want to start it up and make sure that oil circulates. Yes, and just like that, you completed your oil change. Very nice and simple. It's always a good idea to double check after putting in the oil. Make sure the bike is upright. Look at the hourglass, like I said. Make sure it's up to the level it should be at. You're golden. It's very simple, very straightforward. If you like videos like this, please drop me a like, drop a comment. Make sure you smash that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos. Stay tuned and have a good one.